pastime that has captured the hearts and minds of mankind for over 2,500 years. Today, sports has evolved beyond their core of raw competition into a multi-billion-dollar industry, engaging fans across the globe on an unprecedented emotional level. Backed by thorough research and interviews with current sports industry professionals, we aim to uncover an inside perspective on the evolution of professional selling within the sports industry and what implications this has on current and future business professionals, as well as organizations. Throughout this video, we will analyze the history of sports partnerships, what present day's business landscape looks like, and also discuss probable future scenarios based on current industry forces and trends. The insights generated through the analysis of this evolution is especially important for any future sales professional looking to thrive in this environment.
Over the past 2 decades, corporate partnerships in the sports industry have evolved from a small-scale activity to a major business sector. After income from the sale of broadcasting rights, corporate partnership is now the second most important source of income to the global sport market. Historically, corporate partnerships in the sports industry were more commonly referred to as sponsorships, underlining the philanthropic or transactional nature of the relationships. Advertising executives would buy vast quantities of commercial airtime on network television or in-stadium signage to augment impressions with the expectation that whoever spent more won. 20 years ago, sponsorship selling teams consisted of sports professionals with little to no business background, who sought to engage corporations in one-off transactions that would provide the sports entity with a cash infusion and the corporation with increased brand awareness, an enhanced brand image, or an upsurge in sales or market share. These relationships were primarily one-dimensional.
Always be closing. Always be closing.
Moving forward to present day, the dynamics of selling with the sports industry has evolved in a big way. The fundamental shift in power from marketer to consumer and the onslaught of digital and mobile technologies have driven the migration of consumers to new screens for information and entertainment, and changed the very notion of what advertising is and how it is measured. As such, corporate brands have now recognized that simply paying for their logo to appear next to that of a professional sports team no longer provides the same return on investment. The focus has now shifted on finding dynamic partnerships that enable them to become a part of the fabric of the sports entities they sponsor, allowing them to tap into and leverage the emotional connections behind the sports fandom.
Sport entity partnership sales teams can no longer rely on a cookie-cutter strategy to sell to all corporations the same box of assets. Solutions must be customized and specific to the business, while also forging a compelling connection between the brand, sponsored sport, and fan base. Strategies have shifted from being more transactional based to being more focused on collaboration. Corporate sales teams are no longer solely comprised of sports professionals, but are also fortified with a pool of talented business consultants. Dedicated groups of account teams with diverse skill sets are now better able to articulate how strategic partnership can be used as a business marketing tool, providing commercial potential through the use of meaningful data and metrics. Each sports management company conducts its own specific procedures and policies when prospecting a client and ultimately closing a deal. Based on our research and current industry trends, the average partnership deal in the sports industry follows a process similar to this. Step 1. Identify the prospect. 90% of sales conducted within the industry come from the sports management selling team reaching out and contacting their prospective client. Step 2. Conduct relevant research. There's an increased importance in the role of sports property funded research to validate brand investment for prospective partners. A demographic description of the audience, both immediate as well as extended, is especially valued by sponsors, as well as testimonials showing that volume, share, and shelf space have increased. Step 3. Approach prospect and conduct a needs assessment. Focus on building a relationship with the partner rather than making it an immediate sale. This discovery meeting should be devoted to understanding the prospective partner's marketing goals and objectives to build a tailored solution that provides value for both partners. Step 4. Schedule a product sampling experience. Bringing potential sponsors to a sports event is one of the most powerful sales tools, allowing important decision makers to experience the loyalty and emotional connections the fans have to their team. Value lies in being able to show the corporations that they will be provided a platform with multiple touch points to reach the consumer, whether that is in-game, TV, online, all at the same time. Step 5. Gain commitment. Sports partnerships are best sold face-to-face, using a data-authenticated and solution-driven approach. Gaining commitment requires a high degree of interaction and long-term focus, as well as a demonstration of your ability to be an extension of the corporation's marketing team to build winning marketing platforms that capture the emotions of consumers. Step 6. Close the deal. The selling professional pitches a customized platform to the potential partner, outlining the process as well as the metrics and expected results for both parties involved. To target urban males in the downtown Toronto area, Procter & Gamble's Swiffer product teamed up with the Raptors and became the official cleaner of the team's hardwood floor. The Raptors connected the product's usage with the game itself, creating a customized activation along with access to a number of the team's assets in social media, TV broadcasting, and others to target this male demographic. Step 7. Complete after-marketing and follow-up. Here's where the selling professional is able to demonstrate the value of the partnership to the sponsor through increased purchase intentions and other data metrics. After making a deal with the Toronto Blue Jays to distribute and produce a can with the Jays logo, Budweiser observed a 25% increase in market share for its in-stadium sales. Following this, the Blue Jays were able to see the benefits of distributing the can outside the stadium. Potential customers walking into the beer store may not know what beer they want to buy, but they do know what baseball team they like. This emotional connection and sense of fandom between the team and the brand generated strong results to the brand for using the sports logo on their product.
Looking into the future, corporate partnerships in the sports industry will make up an even greater percentage of the global sports market. With more business professionals entering the sector, growth in the size and scale of deals will be inevitable. The factors that will immensely impact the sports industry over the next few years will be the greater complexity of deals, global expansion of sports leagues, and the analytical expertise required by the sales force to succeed in the industry. While sponsorship and partnership deals have become more complex over the past few years, the continued rise of digital and mobile technologies will continue to drive complexity, giving consumers more power regarding what they want to see and listen to. Advertising packages incorporating integrated marketing channels will include social media, in-seat interactions, as well as activations out and inside the stadium. In-game advertising will become more evident as brands take part in the story of the franchise. As sporting events are one of the only live programs on television, viewer engagement is stronger as the outcome of the game is unknown. As well, advertising on jerseys in-game will become more apparent across major sports leagues, bringing the brand into the action. The global expansion of sports in our ever-connected world will continue to impact sports partnerships. No longer are Major League sports limited by their national or continental boundaries. Consumers across the world will become more involved in the fandom of their sport. Not only will global brands become more involved to reach untouched markets, however, brands that have never traditionally targeted sports partnerships will begin seeking out partnerships as the associated benefits become more apparent. To enter and succeed in the selling of the sports industry, professionals must be backed with both analytical capabilities and tactical selling strategies over the next few years. Especially in the case of analytics, those who are able to derive metrics that determine how partnerships can lead to increased sales have a stronger chance of succeeding in the industry. These forces are not only taking shape quickly, but are dramatically altering the way deals are facilitated as more business professionals become involved in complicated deals on a global scale.
Is the sales process involved with sports partnerships considered to be complex? A complex sales cycle tends to happen in long periods of time, involve multiple stakeholders, and sometimes include high-risk and comprehensive purchasing policies and procedures. As previously mentioned in our video, sports partnerships were historically very simple and were more referred to as sponsorships. Companies would slap their logo on the boards of a hockey arena, and that was very much the extent. Now, sports partnerships are much more demanding, requiring extensive analytics and customized approaches. Sports teams must approach the prospective company with a plan that is tailored to that company's specific brand, can hit their target audience, and ultimately provide results. Sports brands must also expand the scope of their offerings and not just focus on the sponsorship within the building. Activations are a key component of engaging with consumers on an emotional level and will continue to play an important role. With the increase in tailored needs along with increasing competition, the sales process of sports partnerships can be considered complex. How does a sports company differentiate itself from other partnership opportunities? Emotional connection with consumers is a significant differential point between partnerships that are successful and others that are not. The nature of advertising has become so cluttered that consumers are not as receptive to traditional forms of advertising such as billboards and signage. By utilizing an already created emotional tie between the consumer and the sports teams, partners are able to engage with consumers and achieve a high ROI through these deals. How important is that a company use analytics to gain partnerships? No longer is sports partnerships focused on relationships between the sports company and the organization. In order to get buy-in from the decision-making team, numbers must come into play. It sends a powerful message to the prospective clients as sales managers can walk into the room having done their homework on the brand and able to show expected results and the potential benefits of engaging in the partnership. At the end of the day, large corporations want to see results out of their dollars rather than have the name associated with a team logo.
So I remember being on the other end of the phone and doing this myself, I guess it was 6 years ago, and we did it differently though. It was not in a group. We had to reach out on our own and kind of interview somebody, and I interviewed somebody at MLSE, and here I am. So maybe this will work out for one or all of you guys. Who knows? 4 years I was on the ticket sales side of things, which is corporate selling for season holders, trying to sell courtside tickets and group packages and executive suites, and a lot of B2B selling there as well. Totally different world though than what I'm currently in, which is more, we call it global partnerships. It's a fancy word for sponsorship, which is like I said, totally different world. Socially, things are really driving towards social. Selling and contesting and doing things socially, creating platforms socially is certainly, is certainly taking a stranglehold on things, because what we do know is that consumers and fans are watching the game with a second and sometimes third screen in front of them. That's a big, and marketers know that, and if we can speak the same language as marketers, we're getting somewhere. So, okay, hope I gave you guys enough stuff there. Let me know if you have any other questions. No problem.